Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. You also know I'm a Weeble. Prefer to it's our best promotion in the pen comment. All you need to do, click the link, open an account, agree to the terms and conditions. They are going to give you free stock. And do me an additional favor. Hit the like button on this video if you feel like EA doesn't deserve the NFL exclusivity agreement anymore. Because this game, I'm going to show you from top to bottom, nitpick to detail, is bad. We are not going to talk about Axis Football. We're not going to talk about Maximum Football. I don't care what game comes out. We're not discussing graphics when Madden looks this bad. Number 73 is wearing a jersey from Walmart while stepping through another player on the bench with his arms out, looking at a player that is shifting and morphing through the training cycle he's supposed to be on. You also have the standard fare of EA just not caring about the living worlds they sold us nearly 5 years, I guess maybe at this point, maybe 10 years ago, players and trainers constantly shifting through each other, morphing through each other, but this year, the player skeletons were going to change all that. So explain to me why everyone is octuple jointed on the sidelines, and they didn't take enough time or care in their job to map the clothing properly so everyone appears like they have holes all over their shirts. Typical companies have people that take pride in their jobs, that would look at Titty McGee on the sideline here and say, I'm not accepting this. The fact that Joseph in the background looks like he's snuck onto the sidelines in a Halloween costume, and the other player has his back and neck completely exposed because the shirt is not mapped properly, would be an issue. But you've been staring at Titty McGee for the last 15 seconds. This glamour shot done on the sidelines, Clint, why do you feel like it's okay to copy and paste everything from one game to the next, from one sideline to the next, from one character to the next? This looks bad, and we notice these details when the rest of the game is awful. I want you to look at what happens when they try, to vary it a little bit. Okay, so here you have apparently an executive, and beside of that is a NFL films person wearing a brown vest with their hands in a very weird position. That same character model is used again, but we changed to NFL television and put them in an orange vest. But look at how small my coach's hands are compared to his hand. These are the details that matter. And Clint, I know you were behind this because it shows just how little creativity people have at EA Sports. This is that same executive, but as you can see, they're wearing a pre-game field pass issued by EA Sports for blue team versus red team. You have the NFL exclusivity. Why not just put the NFL logo on here and be done with it? If you're not going to do it right, don't do it. Taking a look at this awful play, we're going to have fun with this one because this is one of the dumbest player logics I've ever seen in any game. This corner right here pretty much has an improbable task. He has to cover almost the entire right quadrant of the field. How does he decide to do this? By running backwards at the snap of the ball and showing his back to the line of scrimmage. There is no way a player would program this unless they've been cut from a practice squad. The safety is standing still on the Owen Lions. The ball is being handed off, and this guy is turning around on the field. It's like they're having a battle between the two of them to who could have the worst reaction. I just don't understand how you get a game program this bad. I just don't. When you look at it from the opposite side, it looks just as, if not worse. Watch this reaction. Why would a player put their entire back to the play? If you had him in a Colts jersey, you might assume that he's lead blocking at this point. He does the hokey pokey, turns himself around in the middle of the field, and there is no way he is going to do anything in terms of defending the goal line. Like, this is the logic that you expect from a player that got cut from a practice squad. I'm sorry. Get someone in there that really knows how to program X's and O's. The other day, somebody defended this game with head tracking, so I figured here's a great opportunity to bring it up. Can someone tell me from a head tracking perspective, what is this player looking at? He is looking down the sideline for nothing to do. We know the ball carrier is going to come into the side of the screen on the right-hand side. We know his back is completely turned to the play. The safety that's coming in, lower left-hand side, what is he looking at, and how in the world is he going to get down there to defend the goal line? It's just not possible. These players don't play the goal line like it's the goal line. Now, to add everything else to this, referees were brought back in the game. Now, the reality is, this player has his back turned now, gets chipped, runs off, and tackles Jonathan Taylor in the end zone. That should be a penalty. If you're putting in refs, put in penalties. Watch this cutscene after this happens. Look at these players walk away. There's no emotion, just blind, motionless, moving characters. Now, because this was a tackle out of bounds, I want to talk about the referee. Now, I know to some of you this is nitpicking, but listen, don't put things in the game. Implement them in the game properly. So when I look at this referee, I have to ask myself, what is the programming logic? What is she looking at to the left? Right? What is the crowd doing? Why is she looking over, nodding her head, and signaling a touchdown? I mean, this is comical incompetence in developing a game. I want you to look at this crowd. This is the worst crowd I've ever seen in Madden for at least 15 years. You're going to see a player come across the screen. This is a touchdown in the end zone. Look at these two. They are just models sitting there. How can you honestly work at EA Sports, look at this, and say, yes, I want my name on this. Yes, this is my best effort. Yes, we're worth having the NFL exclusivity agreement. No one wants to play a game this bad. Look at every aspect of this and ask yourself, is this a next-gen console? Or is this something that could be done on any console? And I think you're going to find, if you're honest, any console. There is nothing special about this game. Look at this man's arms. I know to some of you, you're going to sit there and say this is nitpicking, but I want you to understand something. If you don't care about the simple details, right? If you don't care about making sure the person's shirt doesn't go through them, if you don't care about making a person look like they're an actual person, then you're never going to get the hard things done. You're never going to have proper blocking technique put in a game when you think that this is okay. You can't get the hard stuff done and not be able to do the little simple things. This is simple stuff. This is a player model. This is actually sitting down, playing a game and saying, you know what, no. I'm going to demand better of this game, and we're not going to put this out in this condition because this right here is embarrassing. NFL, EA Sports. At some point, someone needs to take a hard look and say, this license has got to go. And if not, can we do all of ourselves a favor and get John Madden's name off this game? Because it's bad enough that it's an embarrassment to the NFL and every single team and player in it. It doesn't need to continue to be an embarrassment for the late coach John Madden. Because there is no way he would ever accept anything with this lack of quality and care in the name of football. Love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. You know, when a game is so bad, you've got Titty McGee on the sideline and a player that looks like they've got an octopus as an arm. There is no way that I cannot be back in the week with more commentary.